Good morning. Just making some breakfast and then I will be on my way to the office. I have a meeting in the afternoon. I might start on my comic today. If you guys don't know, I do a comic every week called The Pillow Fighters, and I draw it and I write it. It comes out every Friday, even if it's Friday morning or Friday right before midnight. But yeah, got a lot to do today, so I'm heading to the office. Before I leave, I was just sprucing up my channel page for YouTube. I wanted to put all of the Veda stuff at the top, some of the update stuff down here, and then I added new playlists of unboxings, reviews, and haul videos by the Throwboy community. So I thought that would be cool. Maybe I just don't understand the interface on YouTube. I don't think I ever have. I'm always pecking around and hunting around and like 5 clicks to get one thing done. But maybe I'm in the minority because I feel like everyone gets it, and as a YouTube video creator, I am always forgetting how to do things on YouTube as far as interface.
The end of the month, you're hating life.
We're talking about how I'm gonna hate doing vlogging every single day by the end of the month.
By the end of the month, it's like the 13th. I think you already don't like it.
Well, no, I don't mind it. I think that I use it just to like get better at it, you know?
Yeah.
We are having a drink at the T-Rex bar, celebrating. Yeah, we're gonna announce something next week. Yeah. You'll know what it is when you see this later. Cheers, everyone. I'm back home. I have to figure out what my comic strip is gonna be for tomorrow. I don't have any ideas yet. Just kind of sitting here. This is always the hard part, having a comic strip. I've had other comic artist friends tell me this is like the classic thing that happens. You get to the point where your comic has to come out on a certain time, a certain schedule, and then you have no ideas for the next time. And I guess that's true for any content like YouTube videos or anything, but it's kind of a new one for me, having to write it and draw it. But with last week, I liked last week's comic, and I basically just looked at old drawings that I had done, and then I was just kind of like trying to piece together stories based off those old drawings. So maybe I'll try to do that again. I'm not sure. Alright, it's a little while later. Well, it's later, but I do have an idea finally for a strip. So I'm going to dive into that, and you can see the process of how I make a comic strip. I like to start every comic with a storyboard. So I do this very, very crude idea of what the comic is going to look like. 4 panels, and just to get kind of like a general idea of what the look will be and what the angles will be. So that's pretty much it. Like, that would be a simple storyboard for me. Just all my characters are little circles, and you know, my human character is just a stick figure, and this gives me just a visual of kind of where I'm going to place things. And sometimes I'll even run these by a friend and be like, does this look like it might work in terms of, you know, funny? Or the thing I like the most about storyboarding is it's very low expectations. You don't have to draw anything well. You can just kind of, you know, you can just lay out what you're doing, and it doesn't matter if it looks cool, if it looks good. It's just totally the most basic thing, just to get an idea of if this is going to work or not, drawing wise. You don't have to waste your time drawing it really pretty. You can use a big fat pen so that you don't have to focus on details, and that's something that I think is good for any kind of design. Start with just a very crude, you know, just drawing with a huge fat pen, and don't worry about the details to begin with, and then as you progress and you think that it's a good idea, then go in there and refine it. These are some of my older storyboards. Same idea. And these are all comics that eventually got turned into real comics. When storyboarding is done, that is a big relief because then you actually have something tangible that you can kind of like center in on. Now that I have that, I'm going to look through my existing drawings and try to find anything that I can use for this comic. So if I don't have to completely draw it from scratch, that would help. If I can take a drawing and maybe modify it, that would help too. Anything to just like kind of speed along the process, I totally use. I don't draw everything from scratch, although I wish I had the talent to do that every single week, but I also don't have the time to do it every single week, so I try to just source things that I've already drawn. In the app Procreate, they have little collections you can build, so I have one for each character. This character is Qwerty. He is the nerdy pillow fighter. He enjoys going on his mobile phone and being the know-it-all of the bunch. Next we have Bimmy. He is the leader of the pillow fighters. He is the martial arts expert. He's also kind of the grumpy one. And last we have Jimothy. He's the derpy, lovable pillow fighter. Doesn't quite know what's going on. Doesn't quite know why people are making fun of him. Then we have Danny. Danny's the young boy that owns the pillow fighters. They live in his bedroom. They come to life in his imagination. The pillow fighters represent different sides to Danny's personality. Danny went through only a couple different design revisions. I kind of based it off my little brother when he was this age, and I just kind of went for it, and it turned into the character that we know as Danny. Danny also likes to dress up in a pillowcase costume to look like the pillow fighters. And last we have Karma the cat. He is the pillow fighters' antagonist, making trouble, getting them into trouble. But sometimes he'll be imagined as a huge robot or some crazy monster, and that's when the pillow fighters come in and take care of business. So this is my comic so far, very simple, doesn't have backgrounds, doesn't have anything. Panel 4 was the reveal of why they're flying through the air. And in the storyboard, Danny was shooting hoops with them. But I didn't know if that was going to work. But during this, I realized, well, maybe if it's like a slingshot, oh, wait, maybe it's like Angry Birds. Oh, okay, maybe it's going to be like he's shooting them like Angry Birds at the cat. So I'm going to draw the cat here, like maybe stacked on something, and I'm going to draw one of these guys flying, or all of them, I guess, flying through the air, and then I'm going to draw Danny over here. So this would be another typical thing that happens. You totally change a panel, or you put a panel where another one was and rework it, and then it's funnier, and hopefully this is funnier, but I just wanted to take you through the process of, oh, I changed my mind, and now I'm going to change it to that. So that's where we are now. So that was just a little taste of how I get a comic started, and what I'm going to do so that I can actually finish the comic is I'm going to finish it and then I'm going to post it, thepillowfighters.com. But next week I'm going to do a video where I show you the other half of the process of Photoshop and then doing the dialogue and then all the other stuff and then posting it. So this is sort of like, here's the idea phase and then I'll show the other phase. And eventually, I think I'd like to make a whole video about the process. But since I'm doing Veda and I actually have to edit this video that includes me doing this comic, it would take so much longer, and I have a deadline, you guys, so that's what has to happen. But I hope you like this video. Please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe, and I will catch you tomorrow. See ya.